I'm just outside Paddington Station. And right next to the station is one of my favourite clocks. It's just about here. It's one of my favourite clocks because it's weird and clever at the same time. It's what appears to be a guy stuck inside a clock, manually drawing on the hands of the clock for every single minute. Now, it'd be absurd to have a real guy stuck inside a clock, despite how lifelike the whole thing looks. Check out the way that he scrapes off the old hands and then manually draws on the new hands. This couldn't be an animation, and that's because it isn't. It's lifelike because it kind of is lifelike. This clock was created by a Dutch artist called Martin Baz, or Bass, I don't know how to pronounce his name. We're going to call him MB from now on. Now, MB created this clock as part of his real-time series. This is a series, there are a few of these clocks around the world. You might have seen one at Amsterdam airport. And the reason this looks lifelike is because the whole thing was a film recorded for 12 hours of an actual guy scraping off the time and drawing on every single minute. Now, I like this clock because it's a clever contrast between traditional clock design with the Roman numerals, but then you also have the modern twist on it with it being an LCD screen and a projection. But then you also have a further contrast of it being that modern concept with a very Victorian era kind of execution to it. If you think about highly laborious manual labor that happened in the Victorian times, that's been done here. There's a man wearing a suit drawing on the time, every single minute of time. There's also a comedic element to it because the hands are nowhere near perfect when they're drawn, and also when he rubs out a hand, he often misses a bit and has to go back and re-rub out a little bit, and then as soon as he's finished one side, he has to pop over to the other side of the clock to do the other hands. It's a very clever concept, and it's one of those weird things that whenever I walk past it, I'm a little bit mesmerized by it because you just want to see what happens next. This thing was recorded for 12 hours. It isn't a loop of someone just, it isn't a loop and it isn't CGI. This is a real guy doing this job for 12 hours, and so every single minute is different from the previous. Clever idea. But anyway, regardless of that, I'm at Paddington because I need to get back to Scotland. So I'll see you in a couple of days. Take care.